You are here for official Elisha television. Hear it right, do it right. Now, we are here once again with Reverend Robert Ejapon, a Presbyterian minister. And in fact, his last presentation on communication in marriage, I hope you loved it. And today, the topic, in fact, Obekase Fanta Bruta. We are going to discuss with him consummation of marriage. Consummation of marriage. How do you consume marriage? How are you going to consume marriage? Udi na de maltecha dance here. So how do we consume marriage? Reverend, you are welcome.
Thank you very much.
Consummation of marriage.
Thank you once again for having me on your show. To consume marriage, Yabeka ne say, Okwema warin ewie mudie, ebewie mudie, se ya ware. Consummation of marriage comes just after, let's say, the wedding or the traditional marriage rites. When the spouses go into the room after all the day's activities and then they go to bed and have sexual intercourse. That is where the marriage is consumed. Without sexual intercourse, the marriage is not consumed. The first time when we hear mobile warrior, no matter what them, can we di kanya, mobile share one pass or phone, and then a can say consummation of marriage. Say, I warn every moody, and it's so no can be share one passo. Na, my year, our for a year. Yo, now, and so let me share this joke. Our phobia, and Obana mammy say, or Jenny Nana. Beman and mammy say, or Jenny Nana. And Martin finish me on way. And Bearman, no business, and I ding, or hobby or one, we can angle, or so, ma, what can I say? Mequire men family ban, Ubano, men family. And Tim say, before the shade she, what them, number anti them, what my brana, but not to honum, na yada. O sa, o fa no shade chan, o sim ukasa me mfa no. Nti dia me ye no me fa no. Last me fa no tra me na so me wie. Na no ma kan so wan ti ase. Say, fa o yira na ncha se fa no shade chi. Nti last fa no to na so wan ti ase. Yeah, consummation of marriage. And that is it. The first time couples meet on bed to have sexual intercourse, that is what is termed as consummation. Okay. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Reverend.
Thank you.
Now, consummation of marriage. Now, Yebeka say, so, is it sexual intercourse on Kwana marriage consummated?
Yeah, that's saying. Say, you share our real one. Sawarinu diebe dino. With the traditional marriage, you go to perform all the rites. Okay. All the rites. Now that thing is the social aspect of it, for people to know and to testify that indeed Akosia is now married to Kwame. Okay. Everybody comes to witness, but for it to be complete, it is sex.
Okay.
That's very first time you meet as couples on the marital bed to have intercourse. That is where the consummation comes. You can go and perform all the rites, have all the wedding and whatever, but when sex is not involved, the marriage is not consumed.
Okay. And now, Papa said, say in case we are first night, you know, and I say be honeymoon season, you know, a bibia koso, and namu and pamu na koso, ba oba na anya satisfied, na be na anya satisfied. It you know, we didn't hold coming young, we didn't hold coming young, we no me you know, sex intimate cause be wa. So marriage valid.
Yo, consummation your first night, you be share as couples. Nah, you can't sex one summer. I don't feel my mutie me. Ye in yama be brain see it me dwene ho ne hwe. Ansan okunu any ojiri ebe share won pemu no. Nkitangudie bene say cause what is a preparation that goes on between the two.
Okay.
And the preparation. That is where we need to look at how do we prepare. And sana yako empaso yako kudi empaso agro. Na eno na ebema awarefo no ehun say na mepe na say na mepe. Akwa fa so isisi ye ho. Obi wo ho no ma ne de ne say onya fi edwuma ba na sade san pe o na papa no ho no no o no ehuru akoto ba no so say mama no na enkoje ni ama enko ni say nkitawudi na nkoso ye oba na nte wase ye na akwa say oyi mikunintino mama ma on family yenya sex na onko just giving for him to satisfy himself and go, but in sexual consummation, not saying sex no a two-way affair. We need to enjoy sex as couples. And see, bako enjoy na bako asofa. So the way we have to prepare ourselves, to prepare my wife, to prepare my husband for sex, is one of the vital instruments I see in marriage. Sexual intercourse in marriage, I see preparation.
That's it. So, about consummation in marriage, does it involve only the two partners?
Yo, yeah, that's now. African right, I be say one man, one machete. As it say, one man, one machete. Yeah, our real Yankopon boy, no. One must say, Oberima, anas oba, oyeremu mienu, oyeremu miensa. Sini ni yadwini, sini tuyano. Edin trum ho, Adam and Hawa nkoa. Okay. Ena obo for marriage. Listen say. Awari biara oberema be family miensa no nokoredi ema baabi. Okay. Enu ntia ba ne sansom sexual satisfaction ema. Because you must go to one of the spouse, you satisfy her, the other will not be satisfied. Okay. And it brings problems in marriage. It might be that I'm from the first wife. I've been with her for the night. But when I go to the second wife in the morning, she also demanding sex. Maybe the man is tired. How can he perform? And then when he tells the wife that, oh, my brain and answer them, then the wife begin to think that the man is cheating. The man has gone somewhere. The man is doing that or that. And so it is very important for us as spouses to prepare ourselves very well. Then when we go into the sexual act, each one would enjoy. I prepare my mind, I prepare my wife's mind so that we can all go in to enjoy the sex. So love before you can make sex. Love your wife before you can make sex. If you don't love her, you want to have sex, hit and run, hit and run. But when there's real love, you give in, you give out. And she also give you her parts. And then you enjoy sex very well.
Papa.
Then we want to look at the preparation towards sex, the brain, the mind, how we prepare our mind towards sex. It is very important. I said you don't just jump on your wife to say we're having sex. It is a preparation. You go through a process of preparation. Even if we are asleep and you want to have sex with your spouse, what do you do? She's asleep, you are asleep. You don't just bounce in and then you have to have sex. No. It is a preparatory period. Get time, prepare yourselves. Why? Because the woman goes through a process, the man goes through a process before they get the orgasm. Then sex will be enjoyed very well.
Okay. Apart, that's it. Actually, apart from the mind, see, how do we prepare the mind now we can be say as I say nipa no be a walk adwuma no when you say bibi bekoso how do you signal never say me wife or na as I say me say bibi bekoso anwumre and I make on anwumre eti how do I signal to her that to her to know that say anwumre bibi betime ade and I say bibi bekoso ntino on prepare no.
We are fortunate to have mobile phones around us.
Okay.
Send of small messages, small text messages, and put me see your ban. Let me see Wukuno. And I'm saying, Yabe fee no, you know, could man Yabe fee. Obano, I could share kitchen. She's preparing the meals. You can join her at the kitchen in preparation of the dishes, no. You can signal her. Body touch, body languages, and put kasatrayen. Say na or park. So we look at our spouse. Maybe a sensitive area be, then you have to touch that place. Look at the man, the sensitive part of his body you touch. Meanwhile, take care the children are not there.
Okay.
So touch, send of messages, and even dressing portrays, and it begins to prepare the mind for you to go and have intercourse with your wife in due course.
Papa, na me busa say there are some I would say this one goes to the ladies. So I had a friend Bia or say ne husband is so obano, and she told the husband that she was in her menses, and so what she did was that she bought tomato paste and applied some on the sanitary pad and just fix it there. So the husband also realized that it's true, she was in her menses. So with this one, how does it prepare the man?
Yeah, beloved, it is very true that spouses, before we have intercourse, we need to prepare ourselves. Now, one of the most important things that we need to...
Papa, you're welcome back to Official Elisha TV. Now you didn't come out far. Preparing ourselves for consummation, prepare ourselves for sex in marriage. So, how do we prepare ourselves?
Thank you very much. Yeah, the most important aspect of having sex, we need to get a suitable place as spouses. There are times people go out of their houses, they rent apartments, they go to the hotel or rest houses to enjoy themselves because there are distractions in the house. Now, in preparing ourselves, we get a very serene place where there will be no disturbance. And then we have to enjoy our body. And before we can enjoy our body as spouses, then we need to look at the body odor. Refreshing ourselves. It is very good to have a healthy sex. If you are not refreshed, if the body odor is not good, you put your spouse off. And then that is where at times the woman will just give in, and then the man will struggle, and then he'll finish, and then he'll fall asleep. No interest. The wife doesn't enjoy anything. So it is very important that we prepare our body. We prepare our minds. We let our spouse know by sending messages, by touch, and all these things, for us to know that this is what we want as couples. Or if, let's say, we are so busy and maybe it's only the weekends that we're in the house, then we can prepare ourselves. For weekends, we need to enjoy ourselves, and we can enjoy ourselves when we are cooking. We can be giving ourselves love messages. I love you. You are sweet. You are this. You are that. Even as we cook, as we sit down, we can touch ourselves You can do so many things for us to arouse ourselves. And then more importantly, I was talking about the body odor. Very important. Very important.